weightlifting, powerlifting, bodybuilding, kickboxing, whatever it is that the flavor of the month is, but nutrition's always stayed the same. And whether it's just, keeping things simple and making sure that I'm eating within my macro ranges or adhering to a certain amount of calories a day if I don't have time to track macros. It's just about keeping those averages at a good place, and then, just making sure that I stay on track, achieving those MyFitnessPal tracking consistency streaks. I think I'm at about 200 days again at the moment.
That's wicked.
Even with the holidays, Vegas, Mexico, wherever we're going, there's always time to spend 5 minutes on your phone to figure out whether you even over the last week have consistently hit some averages that keep you within that calorie deficit or surplus, depending on what your goals are.
So for that, what is your strategy then for MyFitnessPal or anything for logging? Like, I know what mine is, but what do you typically do?
I'll set ranges. So say, for example, if I know I'm traveling, for example, I'll say I want to sit between 3,000 and 3,500 calories a day. I might not.
He's very active though and has lots of muscle.
So I'm probably on most days I'll exercise between 1 and 3 hours a day, depending on what I'm doing. And I've spent a lot of time getting my metabolism to that point. So if you look back like 2.5 years ago, my metabolism to lose weight was sitting at about 2,500 calories. So my BMR was probably at about 2,800. And over the time, I achieved my goal body fat level. So I started working on building my metabolism back up. Just bringing in extra 50 calories a week, making sure I kept my total daily energy expenditure nice and consistent. And then I built my metabolism up by doing that. But the only way that you can build your metabolism up is by being consistent. So, having some data to work off and then working to improve your metabolism. So bringing in extra 50 calories a week was slowly getting me towards, where I wanted to sit. I'm happy eating 3,500 calories a day and being able to either, perform at my peak, or if I want, burn some fat at the same time. So from there, just having those numbers. And then if you want to take it a step further and work towards building muscle or increasing the amount of glycogen which your muscles can store, that's when macronutrient tracking becomes a little bit more important. Just consistency, again, like I find for myself and for all the people that we've worked with through Movement Food, that the less restrictions, the better the consistency is. And instead of saying I'm going to go on a hardcore chicken and broccoli bodybuilding diet, we set like ranges and encourage better eating habits.
So I like that, and I think one huge takeaway is awareness. So it doesn't need to be something extreme. Like to recap, you said you're having about 3,500 calories. It's similar to mine. Mine is in 3,500 calories right this second. But let's just say it's like 2,700 calories. If once a week it's cookies that's going in there, at least I'm logging and it's still 2,700 calories. And then it's easier to be consistent versus just mindlessly not knowing. And maybe eating those cookies and doing it every day and being mindless and not knowing, and every day it's hitting 3,000 and I'm like, why am I gaining weight? I don't want to.
Exactly. As opposed to knowing that those cookies might have 200 calories and just incorporating one a day and being satisfied, but at the same time knowing that at the end of the week your average calories are still going to be in a calorie deficit and you're going to continue to burn fat. It's it's something that takes a bit of time and commitment, but after about 21 days of consistently tracking, it becomes a habit. You'll pick something up and straight away you'll start to plan how much you're going to eat of that, whether it's making breakfast in the morning or ordering something at a restaurant. Just having that mindset that food is fuel and working towards fueling your body the right way, just like you wouldn't run a car without a fuel gauge.
And just run that hope, work for the best.
99% of the people out in the world, they're running their body without having any idea what's going in, what's needed, and how to stay within those healthy ranges.
Well, that makes sense. So with everything, it's just kind of awareness. So you have food awareness, and then we teach and preach body awareness. So definitely. As long as what you're putting in your body and how to move the body, then you'll be able to be a happier and healthier version of yourself.
Definitely. And Dave's doing a great job at the moment working with people, not just with exercise, but also prehab and rehab, building your body to exercise optimally, understanding the mechanics behind, ankle mobility, shoulder mobility. And that's so important when you want to have longevity in exercise. Some people just jump straight into a program and get straight into their bodybuilding style, 10 reps, 3 days a week, whatever it might be, and not pay any attention to the ligaments and the connective tissue, which is so important in having longevity in sport and exercise.
Yeah, exactly. And even from a stance, if you know how to move the body properly, you're not restricting it. So many people now I see, and I used to be bad for this, lots of guys are bad for this, but pretty much everybody, since we sit all day, since our shoulders are so rounded, even most guys' favorite exercise, or maybe not anymore because you like jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, but favorite exercise is chest. They always wins.
Monday.
Yeah. So if you have a restricted range of motion, let's just say your functional range of motion is 60%, even on your best day, then you're only getting 60% efficiency, which is really sad. So I myself value time a lot, so I don't like wasting time, and that's another reason why also I don't like wasting time. I don't enjoy cooking myself. We'll do it sometimes, but that's another reason why I like these guys, because it takes away some of the thinking, and then I get to do more things that I'm passionate about and that I love.
Definitely. And the way we've built the user experience for Movement Food and our meal plan builder is giving people the flexibility to pick and choose meals that are going to help them stick to their goals without creating any restrictions. So if you have a look at movementfood.com, we actually have a meal plan builder which allows you to go and build out each day. It spits out your macronutrients at the top and the calorie range for that particular day. And you can go and build 7 days of complete different foods to help you stay consistent, and that way it doesn't feel like a diet. And what we also encourage too is to take that same mentality of variety and picking things that help you stay consistent, to also go and enjoy time with your family and friends, whether it's going out to Cactus to get lunch. Just knowing that, okay, if I'm not going to eat a Movement Food meal here, I've got 500-600 calories to play with, I'm going to choose a meal that fits in that.
Yeah.
And then you can leave that lunch, or even having a beer, knowing that there's 150 calories or whatever, and not feel guilty because on average for the rest of the week you're still within your deficit or your surplus if you're trying to build muscle. At the same time, you're enjoying life, not creating those unrealistic expectations with certain ways of eating like people are doing. Nothing against ketosis or those styles of dieting, but sometimes over a long period of time they're not really sustainable. Whereas picking something that's going to help you stay sustainable, if you like eating carbs, just knowing how those carbs fill your body and when to eat them at the right time and how much.
No, you're exactly right. And I don't have anything against the keto diet or anything, but many people just always ask me like, do you think it will work for me? And I just have to ask them back. It's like, well, will you do it forever?
Yeah. Do you like carbs?
And if you do it forever, then it works.
Yeah.
But lots of people always on any kind of diet, or whether it's a fad diet or not, they'll try it and they're like, yeah, it worked. Okay, so, but it worked when the second that you were doing it, and then what happened as soon as you stepped off of it? Well, I didn't achieve any of my goals.
Yeah.
Okay, well then it didn't work.
Put all the weight back on because you don't understand that the idea behind eliminating carbs might reduce calories, and bringing in more fat helps you feel more satiated, but at the same time you create glycogen sensitivities, and you also, once you reintroduce carbs, you feel sluggish, and then all of a sudden you fall off your diet because all those glycogen and carbs coming into your body makes you feel crap, and then one thing leads to another. Whereas if you're consistent with that intake of whatever makes you happy and helps you stay within those calorie restrictions or surplus, you're going to get a lot more out of will work towards your goals a lot quicker.
Yeah, exactly. So if you can do it forever and be sustainable and happy, that's the plan. And that's what they do with the food and teaching. And then for us, again, how you move your body. So whatever your sport is or your passion, if you love walking, hiking, golf, don't just do it right now. Wouldn't it be nice to do it till like our oldest client's like 92, plays hockey and golf. So, and if you can keep doing it, but if you have body awareness and you can do that, imagine playing your favorite sports or anything like that.
I want to be, definitely.
Yeah, exactly.
I still want to be doing kickboxing at 80.
Yeah, so it's about quality in anything. So
definitely. And being smart, setting goals, breaking them down over a period of 3 months, and then taking that further, and using things like journaling and meditation to visualize and reward yourself for working towards those things that make you happy.
Thanks. Cool. Any takeaways for anybody or homework that you want to give them?
The most important thing is writing down your goals. I just actually covered on it briefly, but whether it's losing weight or building muscle or financially making yourself secure, just writing them down and then creating an actionable plan. There's so many tools online now to teach you how to journal and what the benefits of journaling are, or meditation. And it's all about visualization and then using that as a means to break down the tasks and work towards them in smaller blocks.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. And that's why even for all our clients right away, we give them like a little journal. So it's partially gratefulness journal. Just write down what you're grateful for. It could be I'm grateful that I cleaned the house. I'm grateful I had a house.
Yeah.
And then some time tracking. So just for awareness, you don't have to do it every single day, but for a week, I just line up every single hour in the day and you just write down when you're eating, when you're sleeping, when you're going to work, and then a lot family time, fun time, whatever other times, and then maybe you're like, wow, I have actually no time to accomplish this, so I have to do one less of these things that I don't think is a productive use of my time or that I don't like, and then I can add more family for fun time. So yeah, it's write things down. And
definitely.
So
and create actionable plans.
Yeah, and it's actually super simple. Most people try to use fear tactics. It's so complicated, but I believe both of us give all our clients all the tools, and you can choose to be with us forever.
Empower yourself with the tools you need.
Yeah.